Hello again everyone. So it's cold, it's wet, it's miserable, it's horrible outside. I've got an annoying niggling injury that won't go away, so hence why we are back in the shed today. So something that comes up a lot, something I get asked for all the time is, I want to be sponsored, how do I get sponsored? Now, that's quite a big question with lots and lots of layers to it.
Layers!
So today I thought I'd make a quick little video about what being sponsored actually is, the different types of sponsorship you can get, the benefits and negatives of it, because sometimes there are negatives to being sponsored, and then how to get sponsored. Right, being sponsored in a nutshell is where a company or a brand gives you a discount, gives you a product for free, or gives you money to promote their brand or their product. So essentially they're giving you a product or some money to promote their brand and do some marketing for them. Now, being sponsored or saying that you're sponsored or having a sponsorship, that term covers quite a wide range of things really. So I'm going to try and break it down into kind of 3 different categories of sponsorship, which I think are kind of the most common types. So the most common type of sponsorship, and one that most riders will start out with, or most riders will be on, is discount. So a company, a brand, or like a local shop will give you discount maybe on their whole range of products, or maybe they'll give you discount on wheels or a certain product range that they want to promote. If it's a shop, then they may say you can have 20% off everything in the shop. So then your job is to promote that shop and get your friends and get people you know to shop at their shop. Sometimes they may give you more discount on a certain set of products. That might be because it's a new brand that they're working with and they really want to promote it, or just be a brand that they use a lot, so they just want to drive their sales up on that particular brand or that particular set of products. So the kind of step up from that is freebies. Freebies are always good. So again, it's a similar kind of thing. A company or a brand will give you a load of products and say, right, go use these parts, go wear these clothes, promote them to everyone, get people to buy from us. If you do a good job, you'll get more free stuff. Now the top kind of sponsorship, and the one that's unfortunately least common in trials, is money. And again, it's a similar kind of thing. A company wants you to promote their brand or their product that much, instead of just giving you products, they're going to give you money as well. So like I said, in trials it's quite uncommon for that to happen. It does happen now and again, but it's not that likely. So we use Downhill as an example. A certain parts brand may want to be associated with you because you're like the best rider in your field, or you make a lot of videos, and they want their products to be seen, to be attached to you, attached to your bike, so they get to be seen as the best parts to you. Now sometimes those companies may give you a little bit of money just to use their products all year, but you may be on like a bonus scheme. So if you win using their product, you'll get a bit more money. If you win a world title, you get this more money. If you film a certain video project for them using their product, you may get a little bit more money. Now in bigger sports like MotoGP or Formula 1 or football, it's less about a specific product and it's more about the brand just wants to be associated with you or a certain team or a certain driver. So that's why sometimes you'll see some really obscure companies like Virus Checkers and things like that on Formula 1 cars, and you know the driver or the team, they won't be using a certain product, but that brand knows that they get a lot of exposure being associated with that team or that person. So having their logo on the car, on a football kit, is the most important thing. It just gets their name out there, gets them seen by lots and lots of people. Now sometimes they will still be using products, like they'll be on a shoe deal and they'll have to wear their shoes all the time, but again it's less about them being seen day to day using the products. They just want to use that athlete in their advertising, saying, look, we've got this amazing person, he uses our stuff, you should use it too. That athlete or a team may have to do autograph sessions or do a few photo shoots for that team, but the value is purely in that logo being seen with that person. So more and more recently the term ambassador is being used as well, instead of just saying you're sponsored. And I find that's used more for when companies are using like YouTubers or using Instagram to advertise. When it's kind of more social media exclusive, they'll tend to be branding themselves as a ambassador rather than a sponsored person. So next time your mate down the road is bragging that they're so pro and they're sponsored, just remember it's probably not the big £1 million deal that they're on. they're more likely to be on a 10% discount and a free bag of sweets with their products. Now, benefits and negatives to being sponsored. Obviously, the benefits are quite obvious. You're getting discount on products, you're getting free stuff, you may be getting money. That means you don't have to spend much on products, you're getting given stuff. It means you're saving money, you've got a backup of parts or bikes you can use, you've got all this stacks of clothing, and it's brilliant. But occasionally there are negatives to it. So I use kind of trials and mountain biking as an example. Just imagine like Jitsi or Krukers or Santa Cruz. I said, right, we're going to sponsor you, here's a bike, use that for the year. And you're thinking, amazing, I get a free bike to use this year. But then you take a step back and you look and you go, that frame's alright, but those aren't the wheels I use. Or I don't really like the geometry of that handlebar and stem, or actually this frame is completely wrong geometry for me. Well, you're sponsored by them now, you've accepted a deal, you're stuck with that bike. So you've got to go around and use that bike all year, you can't change anything on it. You've got to try and maintain that high level that got you sponsored in the first place on a bike that doesn't suit you. And you've got to go around telling people how amazing this brand is and this bike is, all during the time that you're thinking, actually, I don't like this at all. So sometimes you may be like on a frame only deal, so you can use other brand parts, or sometimes a certain brand will have an association with another brand, so you kind of mix and match parts. So it's always worth checking this, but it's always worth just kind of taking a step back, looking at the big picture and trying to work out, actually, will I be happy riding for that brand? Do I like their whole product range? And will it benefit me in my riding? So you're riding well, you're feeling good in your riding, you're going to all these events, and now is the important part, how do you get sponsored to take your riding to the next level? Unfortunately, 99% of the time, sponsors won't come to you, you've got to go to them. And the way you've got to think about it is you're applying for a job with them. So you've got to convince them to hire you. You've got to tell them why you'll be a benefit to them, how you're going to make their company better and bigger, and why they should invest their time, effort and money in you. So sponsors don't want to hear about what you want. They don't want to hear about you're a great rider and that you deserve a free bike, you deserve all this great stuff. At the end of the day, they're a business. They want to know how you'll drive sales to their company and sell more of their products. So something I try to make a point of when I'm writing to new sponsors is how I can help them, and that's all I talk about. I introduce myself, I say what I've done, put my result highlights, I tell them about my videos, I tell them that shows that I've been to and the audiences that would have seen me, because that's very important. You've got to show them the size of the audience, not so how many people see your videos, how many people see your shows, but also the kind of demographic of your audience. They want to know that you can either help promote them more in their certain field, so in trials, or they want to know how you can promote them to a big wider audience. So something like a clothing company are going to want to know how you can help them get into mountain biking, how you can get them into extreme sports, so you can make their audience a lot bigger and eventually get them more money. So when I'm talking to a sponsor, I kind of break it down into the competitions that I go to, the results I've had in the past, the results I'll get, and how being associated with me and my titles and my results will help them. The next thing I go into is shows. I tell them about all the shows that I go to. I tell them about the industry ones, so anything I do in my specific sport or in mountain biking, which will show them how much exposure they'll get if they're trying to target this specific audience. And I tell them about all the other shows I do, because I do them for everybody and anybody, and I cover all walks of life and all industries. So me going to car dealerships, me going to county fairs, anything like that, that shows that my audience gets bigger and bigger, and again exposes their company and their brand to more people, which at the end of the day is hopefully going to bring more people to their company and bring them more money. So next is media. So you've got like traditional media. Do you get seen on TV? Do you get featured in photo shoots? Anything like that. Again, it's all about numbers. Tell them about how many people you will get seen by and how many people will see you wearing their products on national TV or regional TV. Then we go into social media, which again is very important, but you've got to have the right kind of social media. They've got to be able to look at your profile and know they can share your profile with their customers and say, look at this great person, he's a great ambassador for us. If you use our product, you'll be like him. Something like that. It's all good having a big following, because again, having like 10,000 followers or something like that is really good. But you've got to show that you can engage all of those people. So say it's all good having 10,000 followers, but if your pictures and videos are only getting like 50, 60 likes, that's not very valuable to them, because it shows that your audience isn't engaging what you do. And if you're trying to promote products or tell your audience to go buy this product, having like 1% of them go out and buy it isn't very good. It's more valuable having a slightly lower following, but have them all dedicated to you and all following you and knowing that they will listen to what you say and they take value in what you say. So if you say, go and buy the product, it's great, they'll listen to you, they'll go and buy it, and they'll say it's because of you they bought that product. And again, it makes you look more valuable and will again bring more money to that company. Next thing I tend to go into is saying how I will benefit that company. So I will say, if we work together, I don't say if you'll sponsor me, I say if we work together, we'll be able to do this, this and this. And that may be create a video product together. We may be able to share ideas with each other or share social media posts a lot. They may be able to actually come to a competition with me. They may be able to film me at an event, do some interviews, and be able to get more value from me that way. So you've got to give them something new and unique about you and why that will benefit them. So we're quite lucky in trials that we're quite a unique sport and we stand out a lot. So if you're trying to write to a non-trials brand, you've got that all-important wow factor. You jumping up a wall, you doing a massive gap, that instantly gets eyes on you. That's something that they can share and go, look at this guy, he's amazing. And it just, again, draws attention to them. So talking to a trials brand and a non-trials brand is slightly different. With a trials brand, you'll probably want to say more about the competitions you go to or the videos you make, and how that will encourage people to buy their product over another one. You may also want to talk about, testing products, helping them design products, anything like that, which gives them an edge over their nearest competition. If you're looking for a non-trials brand, you're probably going to want to talk about a bit more big picture. So it's less about specific competitions or anything like that. It's more about getting eyes on you, getting attention, and promoting that unique selling point that is you on a cool, funky looking bike. So at no point have I said what I want from them yet. All I've said is about how I can help them, how having me on their team will benefit them, and how we can work together to create some cool projects and have some cool ideas together. You tend to kind of only want to go into detail about what you want from them and start like haggling a little bit once they reply to you, because that shows that they are interested and that they do see a value because they are getting back to you. So there we go, a few little things about what sponsorship is and how to get sponsored. So again, sponsorship covers a wide range of things there. It can be good, sometimes be bad, and it's all about getting a company to see value in you. So just remember, most of the time they aren't going to come to you, so you've got to go knocking on that door and convince them how good you are and why they need you. There'll be a lot of rejections. So for example, if I send out 50 emails, I may only get 10 replies, maybe only 3 or 4 days will turn into serious discussions. But that's just what you've got to do. Like I said, it's like applying for a job. You've just got to go out there with your CV, knock on doors, give it to everyone, and hopefully you'll get that one company that sees that value, that you'll be able to work together and you'll create a great partnership. So there we go. I hope you liked that little video there. If you did, leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought. If you'd like to see similar videos to this, a few tricks and tips and hints on how to do things in the industry, or you want me to share some of my knowledge that I've kind of gathered up in this brain over the last 20 odd years of riding, then again, comment below, let me know what you think. So I'm going to do the cool YouTuber thing now, asking you to subscribe, like this video, share it, and I shall see you next time. See, look, I'm being super on brand there and marketable. See? Sponsorship.